What is going on, Jets Nation? Armand Membou is a New York Jet, and I wanted to go live to talk about it. We're live from Green Bay, baby. We're going to be live tonight at Radio Row all over again for my reaction for day number 2. And I know people are already like, Richie, let's talk about day 2. Who are we getting tonight? We're going to get into that, of course, for day 2 targets, but I wanted to focus in on why Armand Membou was the perfect fit, the perfect pick for the New York Jets. As you guys know, I was pretty much down for either Armand Membou or Tyler Warren. So I was going to be happy regardless, unless they went a different direction, which they did not. But the more I think about the direction of Armand Membou being the pick, it makes way too much sense for the New York Jets. We heard from Aaron Glenn. We heard from Darren Muji after the pick. And their philosophy is right in line with Joe Douglas's old philosophy. You got to build it from the inside out. And the Jets had an opportunity to solidify this offensive line, and they did just that. Now you can look at this Jets O-line. On paper, it is completely set. There is no hole on this Jets offensive line outside of depth. And listen, not every single team in the league can say that they have absolutely backups that are great. So I think the New York Jets have a brick wall, and I'm excited to see what they look like. And now you look at what the Jets' identity is going to try to be with this offense. It's going to be running the football. And I think Armand Membou has upside in the run game. That's the one thing where he's a little iffy on. I think the cool thing about Membou as a prospect is his versatility to fit in any type of scheme. His pass protection is what really separates him. I think he is the best pass protecting tackle in this draft. And guess who was the best pass protecting tackle in last year's draft? Olu Fashanu. So now the Jets have 2 pass protecting blocks on both sides of the offensive line. Left tackle Olu, right tackle Membou. And the cool thing about this pick that I really love is we're not drafting a left tackle and turning him into a right tackle. This is a pure right tackle that has all the experience playing at that side, doesn't have to learn a new position. He's comfortable here. I think that means a lot. I really do think that means a lot to the ability of get him here with the New York Jets. And obviously we all know what the offensive line looks like with this Jets team. But in case you don't know, man, it is absolutely set up for success for this Jets football team. And if you're a Jets fan, you look at what this offensive line looks like on paper, there's no reason why you should not be ecstatic, because I think the Jets have been trying to build this offensive line for years, and I think they finally did it. I really do think they finally did it. Here is what the Jets offensive line looks like right now on paper. As you can see on your screen, this is a nice little graphic we got. Oh my goodness. It is a beautiful thing right there, man. It really, really is. And you look at what this offensive line looks like on paper, it is an absolute thing of beauty. It really, really is. Olu Fashanu at left tackle, John Simpson at right guard, Joe Tippmann at center, Elijah Vera-Tucker at right guard, and Armand Membou right there at right tackle. I think this is an absolute no-brainer for the New York Jets, getting Armand Membou in the building. So, folks, do me a favor, simply hit the like button right now on your way in to the Jets Media Show. We're live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it's been a lot of fun here, being here as a member of the NFL media, have a lot of exclusive access. And I really wish Membou was here, because if Membou was at the draft, I would have had an exclusive interview with him for you guys. But unfortunately, he's not here. He's at home with his family, which you can't really complain about. I mean, the guy is very happy to be with his family. But selfishly, I'm like, man, I'm here in Green Bay, and I got access to all the prospects. If he was here, Now, I also wanted to remind people of what John Harbaugh, or Jim, sorry, whichever Harbaugh it is. I always get them mixed up. But he had something interesting to say last year, and I think what he had to say last year shows you that who we just brought in the building, it's not just a weapon. I mean, it's not just an offensive lineman. It's a weapon. And I think that's something I wanted to show you guys right here. So here is what Harbaugh had to say about drafting. Who did they draft last year? Joe Alt. So they drafted Joe Alt. So this is his philosophy of bringing in Joe Alt instead of going weapon.
Come up and you're going to say, like, what about a weapon? What about offensive linemen? We look at as weapons. That group, when we talk about attacking, and we talk about attacking on offense, offensive line is the tip of the spear. Come up and you're going to say, like, what about a weapon? What about offensive linemen we look at as weapons. That group, when we talk about attacking and we talk about attacking on offense, offensive line is the tip of the spear.
So the reason why I wanted to show you guys that is you can look at offensive linemen as a weapon, and it starts there. And I think that was the big philosophy of this Jets regime with Aaron Glenn. When you have an offensive line that it looks as good as it does on paper, and you have an opportunity to solidify it forever. I mean, now there's no hole. Now the only hole the Jets have in the offensive line is long-term at the guard position. John Simpson, Elijah Vera Tucker, they're not locked up long-term, so you got to see the Jets maybe extend one of them. Maybe the Jets draft another offensive lineman, an interior guy, because we need depth there. But I do really love this pick for the Jets, and, you know, Armand Membou was a prospect. He could do so much. He is such a pure tackle in terms of the pass protection, and we also have an inside. And I'm curious, should I show you guys? Yeah, I'm going to show you guys this. I did play it. I did post it on my Twitter, so I'm going to show you guys Joe Douglas sighting. Joe Douglas sighting. He has some interesting things to say about the Jets drafting Armand Membou. Take a listen to what Joe Douglas, former Jets GM, had to say.
What do you think about the Jets getting Membou trying to do something you try to do for a long time is shore up that offensive line?
Yeah, it's shored up now, like we talked about earlier. I think this is a good pick for the Jets. And look, right tackle is solidified. You got left tackle, which was solidified last year with Olu Fashanu. You got the center, Joe Tippmann. You got the right guard and Vera Tucker. John Simpson's at left guard. You've got it's a solid wall. It's a strong wall up front for the offense. So I think it's a great pick, and I think it's a mentality pick. And I think Membou has the most upside of any tackle in the draft.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I think he's got elite feet. I think he can bend. And I think he's got elite length, too. So I think he can do a lot of different things. If you want to run power, he can run power. If you want to run zone, he can get up to second levels and block.
He came back from a big injury, too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
People were surprised about, right?
Yeah, but he's a competitor. You know, he hasn't played a ton of football. He's a young guy, too. So, but he's a good player, and he went up against a ton of great competition in the SEC. So I do think this is a really good first pick for A.J. Muji.
Interesting. You know, Joe Douglas giving his thoughts of the Jets pick. It is the first draft pick of Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn's tenure here. The first draft pick that's not made by Joe Douglas. I find that really interesting to hear Joe Douglas's perspective of the Jets drafting Armand Membou. He thinks that Armand Membou has the most upside out of any tackle in this entire draft. Obviously, Joe Douglas does have an eye for talent at the offensive line position, because the offensive line that we're hyping up right now is all Joe Douglas outside of Armand Membou. He brought in Olu Fashanu. He brought in John Simpson. He drafted Joe Tippmann. He drafted Elijah Vera Tucker. And sometimes you got to give credit to a former GM when the roster's constructed and the new regime comes in and they just fine-tune it and then it works. And obviously we don't know if this Jets team is going to succeed yet. But, you know, Joe Douglas was not a perfect GM. He got fired for a reason. I think a big reason why it didn't work out was, of course, Zach Wilson did not work, and then they brought in Rodgers. They went in win-now mode, and it failed. He needed to go, but he tried to fix his offensive line, and this offensive line that we're all hyping up, he had a lot of reasons behind it. So I do definitely take that analysis seriously. Fernando with a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, man. If we are serious on O-line, lock up both guards now. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the dangerous part about an offensive line, the most important piece, and Philadelphia Eagles is a perfect example of this, is continuity. If you can have the same five for years and years and years, you are going to establish an identity. You're going to establish a chemistry, and I think that the Jets have that opportunity. And it starts, of course, with extending Elijah Vera Tucker and John Simpson. I don't know if they can extend both. I think they're going to want to see AVT stay healthy. I think they're going to want to see another year of Simpson. But if the Jets could lock them up both long-term, then the Jets have literally never have to look at the offensive line again outside of depth for a long time. So that's that. Folks, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Really do appreciate it. We're live here from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm in a nice little radio studio that we found and have a really cool connection here. And I'm definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts of more of what the Jets did in the first round and what they can do tonight in rounds number 2, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see where they can go. So let's pivot into some round 2 targets. So you guys in the chat, let me know, who do you want the New York Jets to go after in round number 2? Because I think there's a lot of intriguing options that is available. Obviously, we have a round 3 pick as well. I do think that the Jets may go trenches again. And I think that may be not a hot take, but I think playmaker is more flashy, right? We went trenches in round 1. Let's go playmaker rounds 2. But if they really do like a defensive tackle, I do think that they could go trenches on the other side of the ball. You know, Aaron Glenn did mention that the offensive line is a priority, and then he did mention the defensive line as that next priority. So it would make sense for their Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji's first 2 picks is being the trenches on both sides of the ball. You know, there's guys like Darius Alexander that's still on the board. You know, there's some defensive tackles I do like. But if they go weapon, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Mason Taylor, I think are the 3 guys that a lot of Jets fans have been linked to. Elijah Ororo is a guy that I think they can go if they want to go playmaker at tight end. There's a lot of options. And this is where the fun begins, because on day number 2, it's a really, it's hard to predict. And I feel like now people want playmaker. I do think that there's an opportunity for the Jets to go trenches, man. If Mike Green is available at 42, do they do it? Receiver wouldn't be a bad move, but Mike Green is a dog. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of first-round talent that fell into the second round. Mike Green is one of them. I'd be shocked if he's available. I do think he's going to go. Luther Burden is still available, but I don't see him being available for the Jets. I think he's going to be gone by the time the Jets are on the clock. Could the Jets trade down? Potentially. I think that's also a scenario to get some more assets in day number 3. The Jets are going to make some trades. I really do believe that. But the question is, will they do it tonight? Will they do it tomorrow? We shall see. I think that the safety position is in need, as R&R mentions in the chat. I do agree with that. We're going to draft the safety, and Emin Wari is still on the board, I believe. What other safeties did not get drafted? I mean, Malachi Starks went. Emin Wari didn't go. So, I mean, also Will Johnson. I mean, what if the Jets decide to draft Will Johnson if he's available, have him sit behind Brandon Stevens for a year, and then the Jets got Sauce Gardner, Will Johnson as the 2 corners for the foreseeable future? I mean, don't rule out Will Johnson if he's available. I don't know. I mean, the fact that he's still available in the second round would be a steal. I don't know about that, but we shall see. Nick Emanwari from South Carolina is on the board. Shiloh Sanders. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to Shiloh Sanders. Let's be honest. Come on. Shiloh Sanders is not going. Shador Sanders, though. How about that, bro? Some people are like, hey, what if the Jets get Shador in the second round? Could they go Jalen Milroe in the second round? Watch out, man. That will shock a lot of people. If the Jets go Jalen Milroe, they're not going Shador. I'll tell you that much. The Jets are not going to draft Shador Sanders. I would be absolutely shocked if they went that direction. There's no way. I would bet a lot of money the Jets are not going Shador. But Jalen Milroe is intriguing just because if the Jets really want to prioritize that position, I would not. I mean, Jalen Milroe is really interesting to me, but I just don't think that's going to happen either. But I could be wrong. Jaden Higgins is definitely a fan favorite. I saw him up close and personal at the Senior Bowl. He was a dog. He's a big type of receiver, 50-50 ball, all that fun stuff. But I just don't know if he's going to be available when the Jets are on the clock at pick number 42. And then at 73, I think is another intriguing it's a very intriguing position the Jets are going to be in. What do you guys think about the third round? Who would you want the New York Jets to bring in the third round of the NFL draft? Definitely. Please let me know your thoughts because I'm excited about it, man. You guys, please let me know. Again, I will be live tonight on Jets Media and Roundtable Sports to give you guys our live reaction to all things tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to be live on 4th and Forever in just a bit as well. So there's just a lot of exciting things happening. And I'm curious if you guys are happy or not with the New York Jets drafting Armand Membou. Because I think if you're a Jets fan and you see the draft pick of Armand Membou, you should be fired up, bro. I really do think you should be fired up about that pick. I don't understand why you wouldn't be. Because now you look at this offensive line, you can argue this is the best offensive line the Jets have had in a long time on paper, bro. It really, really has, bro. I think that if you're a Jets fan and you're waking up today and you look at this offensive line, there's a lot of reasons to be excited. A lot of reasons to be excited about it. How can you not be excited about the Jets offensive line? Woo! I'm getting fired up thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting fired up thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie. Do you guys agree with me or not? Do you guys agree with me? Joshua's in the chat. What's good, Richie? Fire draft show last night. You're still in Green Bay. Clap some cheeks this weekend for the chat. My girlfriend's at home, so that won't be happening. But, yes, I'm still in Green Bay. And I'll be at Radio Row tonight for rounds 2 and 3. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. That's going to be exciting. So definitely stay on the lookout for tonight's draft show on the channel. All right, on the channel. We're really, really excited. We are really excited. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. How are you guys feeling, man? How are we feeling? Hold on one sec. How we feeling, chat? Let's go Mets, Richie. You know it. We know it. LGM. Wide receiver edge. Guys, I'm like, it's really, really hot in this office. I'm going to take this off real quick. Hold on. Got to get the credentials on, though. Got to get the credentials. Oh, we got a draft shirt. Of course, we got to represent the draft shirt. Shout out to the media credentials. Let's go. Your boy is official. Roundtable Sports is an official credentialed media company. Just saying, in case you didn't know. But I'm excited about tonight, man. It just feels good to be here. And I'm really pissed. I keep saying it. I wish Armand Membou was here in Green Bay because your boy would be interviewing him. I would have got an exclusive Roundtable Sports Jets media interview with the boy. Man, crazy stuff. Why Warren still not drafted? Warren did get drafted. He got drafted to the Indianapolis Colts, so he was drafted. I don't know if anyone really knows what the Jets are going to do. There's no leaks happening. Yeah, I think that it's really unpredictable. I cannot predict where the Jets are going to go tonight. I have no idea. If I were predicting, though, I think they may go defensive tackle. I know that the fans want receiver, they want tight end, but I think they may go defensive line. That's my prediction. I mean, let me pull up a board, like the best players available 2025 draft. I think the defensive tackle position is where they're going to go. So the best players still available, according to Daniel Jeremiah. Nick Emenwari, I would definitely consider that. Will Johnson, I consider. Mike Green, if he's available, which I don't think he will be. Mason Taylor, definitely would be considering him. Now, when it comes to the defensive tackle, because this is a loaded D-tackle class, Landon Jackson, he's more of an edge. Nick Scorton, more of an edge. Jaden Higgins, of course. Darius Alexander, that would be a mean he was a dog at the Senior Bowl, bro. Darius Alexander, I thought it was a first-round grade, bro. First-round grade, but he's still available. Elijah Ororo, Kyle Williams is one of my favorites at the wide receiver position. Xavier Watts. Alfred Collins is definitely a name. I think the Jets could maybe get Alfred Collins in round 3, but he probably won't be available when the Jets are up at 73. Watch out for the Jets go trenches, bro. Just saying. Richie, did you see what Glenn said about Rodgers? Yes. Love that answer. Love that answer because Aaron Rodgers is in the rear view mirror. There's no reason to talk about him anymore. Of course, the media is going to ask him that question, but he deflected it perfectly. I love Membou. It's all about Membou. That press conference was about Membou, nothing else. And I love how he started off as like, yeah, absolutely, I got something to say. Armand Membou is a dog. I love that. Absolutely love it. Emenwari, I do think that he's not going to be available. Like, the Jets pick what? 43, 42 tonight. So that's what? Pick 10 in the second round? So, I don't know if he's going to be available. Richie, what do you think about Elijah Arrows and Cone Polo? Listen, man, Elijah Aurora, is that who you're referring to? Because that's something I would love for sure. Membou is here. You know it. I love it, man. I love it. I think that Armand Membou is not the flashy, not the fun pick, but Jets fans, it starts up front, and now we're not going to have to worry about drafting an offensive line in the first round for a while. There is 3 first-round picks and 1 second-round pick on our offensive line, and then John Simpson's a free agent acquisition. That is how you build an offensive line. You draft it. It takes time. And now Joe Douglas's draft pick of Elijah Vera Tucker is paying off. The draft pick of Joe Tippmann's paying off. The draft pick of Olu's paying off. And now we got Armand Membou. That's how you build an offensive line. We had our former GM, Joe Douglas. He prioritized the trenches, and now we're reaping the benefits now, seeing what it looks like on paper, bro. It's great. Is it possible we can get Emeka Ibuka, or who are you referring to? He's gone. I don't know. Yeah, the Jets picked number 10 tonight. So, all right. I don't want to hear your guys' who you want. I want to hear who you guys predict is going to be the pick for the Jets tonight. Please sound off in the comments. Who do you guys think the Jets are going to go? Who do you think they're going to go? Not who you want. Who do you think they're going to go? Oh, Andrew Mukbuka, the safety. My bad. Yeah, I think the safety position is 100% up for grabs. I really, really do. I think the safety position may be tackled tonight. The question is, like, they can go safety and, like, they can go 2 defensive players tonight, honestly. And I know some people get upset with that, but what about tight end? What about that? Yeah, I get it. But I think Mason Taylor is a guy that I would love the Jets to draft. I think that the safety position, the defensive tackle position, like, guys, you definitely need to open up your mind of the defensive tackle because we need one next to Quinnen, and I know that they like their trenches, bro. The draft pick of Armand Membou tells you all you need to know about the trenches. They prioritize that, bro. They really, really do. They prioritize the trenches. And I think they're going to prioritize it, bro. So you guys think what? Round 2, maybe a playmaker, then round 3 defense? So we're going to go offense? You think Aaron Glenn's going to sign off on offense and back-to-back picks, first and second round? I find that kind of hard to believe, bro. Like, if Darius Alexander is there, I would honestly consider that. Because Darius Alexander is a beast. Luther Burden. He's available. Luther Burden's available, but I don't think he's going to be available when the Jets are up. I think he's going to go to Houston. Luther Burden is going to be a Houston Texan. The Texans traded out of the first round, and I think Luther Burden is a first-round pick. They're going to come away with Luther Burden. How about Jackson Dart going to the Giants? You guys know me. I'm a big Jackson Dart guy. Hate that he going to the Giants, man. I want to root for him. Now I can't root for him. Screw the Giants, man. But, hey, he comes to New York. Not with us, though. Not with us. Luther Burden is not going to be available for the Jets. He's going to go to Houston, bro. I'm telling you right now. Glenn said he is a coach, not only a defensive coach, but a coach, so he should understand. Yeah, absolutely, but I do think that we still need some pieces on defense that he's going to want to make a priority. Like, our defense is not set yet, right? Yeah, Dart's not going to play this year. He's going to redshirt, which he absolutely should. I mean, that's a prospect that would benefit from sitting a whole year, Jackson Dart. And Shedeur Sanders is interesting, man. And the fact that he fell out of the first round, it's wild, bro. Absolutely wild. I feel like, he's not a Jets target, but do you guys think the Jets are going to get a quarterback? Do you guys feel like the Jets are going to go quarterback tonight or tomorrow? What quarterbacks are going to go tonight? Jalen Milroe, potentially. Kyle McCord, Shedeur Sanders, Tyler Show. If there's quarterbacks that are going to go tonight, who is it? Oldest player on the line, John Simpson, priority free agent signing. Most concerning in history with injuries is Elijah Vera Tucker. Yeah, I mean, the risk of extending AVT is his injury history, bro. But a healthy AVT is somebody I want to extend, man. Sharon, member for 7 months. Appreciate the love, man. Hopefully the Jets will make some more stupid picks so you guys will have shit to cry about for years to come. Bye, Richie. Oh, I said thanks to Sharon. And then this is the comment. So, you're saying goodbye to me? What did I do? So it seems like you are not happy with Armand Membou, Sharon McLean. Can you explain why? Who did you want in the chat? At first, I was like, oh, Sharon, very nice of you. 7 months member, and I read it. Oh, man. All right. I see how it is. Man. What did I do to you to get you all uptight? Did I draft Armand Membou? Come on, bro. What did I do to you? But listen, I just don't understand if you're a Jets fan. How can you be crying about going Membou, one of the best tackles in the draft? Like, you have an opportunity to get all 5 offensive lines solidified, and people are upset with the pick, bro? Really? Come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? You feel me? I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts of everything, because I think we have some unhappy people amongst the fan base. I'm curious why. I would love to get your guys' thoughts. I absolutely would. It's what we needed, Richie. Plus, the draft is deep. Facts. Nothing but facts, my friend. D-Risen. My boy D-Risen's in the house, as always. Folks, we got over 100 people live on Jets Media. Do not forget to like the show on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning into the show. Don't forget that Jets Media will be live tonight from Radio Row to react to the entire draft. I'll be live with my boys, Dose of Dion and Bass. TD Finstock is no longer here with us. He is gone. He is on his way home right now. So, no TD tonight. He abandoned us. But I got you guys covered. And I would appreciate if you guys can come tune in to the show tonight, man. Justin Fields is not a franchise quarterback. Who said he is? Hot take, Jets trade up for Luther Burden. That is a hot take for show. That's a nice hot take. I ain't gonna lie, Justin. Do you guys think that's a possibility? Would you guys say that's a possibility or what? Trading up for Luther Burden or what? That would shock me. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I don't see that happening, bro. Guys, we only got 38 like buttons smashed. We could do better than that, folks. Hit the like button. Let's get into business. Smash the thumbs up button, man. Let's do it. Glenn, member for 11 months. What's the keys? What? Glenn, you always, you texting and driving. What the Jets need is a quarterback that can complete a pass, needs to taste up for Sanders. Man, I can't understand anything you're saying. Does anybody understand what Glenn's trying to say? I get what you're saying. We're not trading up for Shedeur Sanders. I'm okay with running it this season with Fields. Because if Fields does not work out, next year's draft class is loaded at quarterback. That's how I look at it, bro. If the Jets struggle at quarterback this year, you draft a quarterback next year. So I'm not pressing for a quarterback. I'd be on board to draft a QB this year, but not high. You feel me? You feel me? Come on. Folks, a reminder, we're going to be live on 4th and Forever in 10 minutes to go over the entire first round of the NFL Draft. Make sure you guys tune into that show on the Roundtable Sports channel. They should trade up with the Browns. They have 2 second rounds, Richie. Trade up for who? Luther Burden? You guys want Luther Burden that much? I don't know, man. I think the Jets are in a trade down scenario right now, not trade up. Right? I just don't see with Fields. There's a reason why the Bears traded him and the Steelers let him walk. Joe the Jet, the Steelers did not let him walk. So that's false. The Pittsburgh Steelers wanted to keep Justin Fields, and they tried to keep Justin Fields. But Fields decided to come to the Jets. So that's false of the Steelers letting him walk. The Steelers did not let him walk. The Jets lured him here, and that's a fact. That does not mean that he's going to be a franchise quarterback, but the Steelers wanted Fields back, and they didn't. They didn't get him back. He came to the Jets. You can do whatever you want with that information, but how about the Steelers passing on Shador, though? That's crazy. I wonder what the heck is going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen. So, we'll see. Well, folks, we're going to be live on 4th and Forever right after this show. It's going to be live in 10 minutes. So, if you guys want to come over to 4th and Forever, make sure you do so right when this stream ends. It's going to redirect you there. So, automatically, you will be sent into that live chat. And that's going to be me and Dan Mitchell. And we're going to talk all things NFL draft related. So make sure you guys come tune in over here. That is the thumbnail. I put the link in the chat. I will see you guys over there. The Jets get Armand Membou, baby. Click that link in the chat. Come on over to Roundtable Sports to break down the first round NFL biggest winners and losers. We'll see you guys over there on 4th and Forever. And I'll see you tonight for day 2 of the NFL Draft on Jets Media, live from Radio Row, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Love you guys so much. Peace out. See you on 4th and Forever.